Let's go to the political analyst and professor at Global Futures at Curtin University now, Joe Siracusa, for his take on all of that. I was talking to you over the weekend about all this. Let's first, for our viewers, Joe, who do enjoy your takes of things, what did you think? Was Zelensky out of line? Was he ambushed? How did you respond to it?
Oh, Zelensky was out of line, Pete. I think Zelensky was going to torpedo the trade deal. I mean, there were only three things supposed to happen on the day: a press conference, simple lunch, and then a signing. I don't think Zelensky had any intention of signing that. And the president and J.D. Vance, they picked this up, and about 40 minutes into a 50-minute press conference, they set the trap. They started arguing with him. And then, of course, Zelensky let everybody know what he was there for, that he was there to rewrite the rules at the end. He said he wanted security before he wanted trade. And so I think Trump read him the riot act. And let me tell you, no one asks you to leave the White House and invite you back. I mean, Zelensky is finished. The Trump administration is finished with him. Trump had bet the farm on that trade deal, and it just didn't happen.
Do you know what? It's interesting. I had a good chat with the former Polish ambassador to Ukraine on the program last hour, and Dave Sharma ended up disagreeing with this, but he said that it's irreparable, like you. He said Trump and Zelensky are gone. So you think there's no way that they get this back on track and then they end up signing this minerals deal?
No, Trump doesn't want to see him. I mean, there might be a minerals deal, but it's not going to be with Zelensky. Zelensky, of course, is looking for his place in history. He can say, look, at the end of the day, I did what I could. And this is his final statement. But look, Trump did smell something there. And I think the ambush was ready there, and just in case Zelensky was going to hijack the meeting. And Zelensky's very clever. Now, of course, he went right over to London. He met the prime minister. He met the king. I mean, it's not a bad second act, as a matter of fact. but it's quite clear that the coalition of the willing ain't that willing to do any fighting for him. So they still need the United States.
It feels like Keir Starmer's taken the lead now. He's kind of had an indifferent start to his role as Prime Minister of the UK. I mean, he's been criticised by most quarters, as a matter of fact. But now he's taking this leadership role, more so than France or the new German administration. Do you think he can get things done? Because, I mean, he seemed to be using Donald Trump's talking points this morning, which will get him a long way.
Yeah, I mean, there are 27 members of the EU, 18 of them, plus a few others, I guess, showed up at the meeting. Look, I think the Britain or England is using the opportunity to reassert itself in Europe. Pete, Europeans have never forgiven England for leaving the EU. That Brexit thing left a very bad taste in their mouth. And so now I think he's trying to exert his influence. But at the end of the day, he knows, and so does Macron and everybody else there, that without American intelligence, satellite intelligence, and without American air defenses, and et cetera, Ukraine isn't going to last very long. So, they're doing the best they can.